Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Under the Influence Podcast.
Episode 107.
107, 107.
Yes, sir.
As always, I'm Big Cass.
And I'm that guy, PM.
We are here
And present.
to do what we do, and hopefully y'all enjoy it.
Yep.
How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing all right, man. Fighting this shit we got going on outside.
Yeah, this smog, smoke, or whatever the hell they want to call
It's
it.
kicking my ass a little bit.
Kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah. You got any RIPs to start off?
Yeah. RP to Dr. Christine King Ferris, who is Martin Luther King's older sister. She passed today at the age of 95. I didn't look into it. It just came across just about a couple hours ago, and I just wrote it down.
Okay. RIP to NFL quarterback for the Patriots, Ryan Mallett. He was a backup, maybe.
All right.
He passed away after drowning in Florida on Tuesday. He was 35 years old. So rest in peace to that brother.
Yeah, rest in peace. Sad way to go.
Yeah. Also, very personal rest in peace to my tattoo man who covered my body with all this art for many years. My main man Crook, Jason Dole, aka Crook, or as I called him, Crookie Monster. He passed a few days ago.
Oh, man, RP.
He passed the end of last week, and Friday, I believe Friday. I woke up Friday morning to that horrific news. Anybody that watches this that knows me personally, you can go to my Facebook page. There's a GoFundMe up that his family's doing to bury him, because you know how that goes.
Yeah.
And so if you can go, like I said, if you know me personally, go to my Facebook and go help out. His daughter sent it to me and asked me to personally post it. So I made a little contribution. Hopefully a few other people do. We can get my mans in the ground. So rest in peace, Crookie Monster. That's my guy.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I don't know. Ain't not quite sure how he passed, but it really doesn't matter, man. That's my man's. However he passed, I'm sure he did whatever he wanted to his entire life. So probably went out the same goddamn way. I don't know. But enough of that.
Yes, sir.
You know what we starting off with. We getting right into it.
All right. Bring it up.
We getting right into it.
Bring it up.
What's her name? Carlisa.
Carlisa Hood.
Carlisa Hood.
Carlicia Hood.
How you? Well, anybody that doesn't know, which I'm sure y'all do, if you haven't been living under a rock. What's her name, bro? Carlicia Hood was the 35-year-old woman who was attacked in Chicago by the nigga that decided to throw one last punch.
Got 3 punches.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. I
don't remember his
don't
name.
care to even say it. It's a whole ass nigga in my book.
Yeah.
He got to stealing off on that woman like she was
Like she was a grown man.
32-year-old Jeremy Brown. That's my man. And his I've been seeing a lot of his family's posts. They called the nigga like knockout one hit king or knockout king or apparently the nigga had a real issue with putting his hands on people.
Well, put his hands on the wrong one that day.
He did.
Put his hands on the wrong one that day.
Really the fuck did.
And you know, I just feel like it's sad, man, because I feel like that could have been avoided.
I definitely could have been avoided. First of all, the video I saw, their demeanors were completely opposite. I don't know what she said to Buddy
Yeah.
that had him that riled up, but
Exactly.
she wasn't doing the typical
In his face. I'll get my people to fuck you up.
Nah, she was really chilling.
You a hoe ass nigga. And she wasn't saying nothing banterish about him.
Nope.
Not from what I caught. And she was leaning up on the counter like...
Yeah, she wasn't even in an aggressive stance.
Yeah.
And Buddy was ready to go. And you say one more thing on my grandma, I'm going to knock you out. That man commenced to... And I guess from what... Because they were arrested.
Yeah, they were arrested.
And then they were released, charges dismissed.
Mm-hmm. As it should have been.
As it should have been. Because I guess the one... And now she's suing... Because one of the narratives that they pushed that she told the little boy to come in there and shoot him, I guess was not real.
They never showed that on any video clip.
Yeah, that wasn't real. And even if she, because I think maybe I heard that she told the little boy to bring her gun. Mm. And if that's the case, then that's completely understandable in this situation.
Yeah.
This nigga standing there threatening to beat the shit out of me. Hey man, bring me my pistol.
But what I'm concerned about is there's 3 other people.
Nah, that was the part that bothered me. Standing around just watching,
right,
and recording.
Now y'all arguing, because me and my cousin had a debate about this the other day. Y'all arguing is one thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when it started to become physical and he started physically threatening her, mm-hmm. I feel like somebody should have said something.
And that's a fact.
Because it would have saved both parties, but now we have one gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would have never stood there and took it. I wouldn't have looked. That's what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't have been there just standing there looking like...
Nah, I'd try to get in the middle of it or...
Like, as soon as he got to, hey, I'm about to knock you. Hey, bro, you're not about to do that in front of me. That's a whole woman, bro.
Yeah, bro, chill out.
You know what I'm saying? And then no matter how he turned his aggression.
But I said, yeah, then it could have went wherever it could have went after that, if it went or if it didn't. But somebody should have stepped in and said or did something.
That's what I feel. You know what I mean?
Especially if it's other... grown. I don't expect no other woman to step in and do nothing because that's not her place. But if it's other grown men, I know. I'm just like you said, and I'm just speaking for myself personally too. Ain't no way in the world I would have let that occur.
Hell no.
It's been times in my life where it's been shit like at the gas station, at the liquor store, and motherfuckers is drunk and getting out of line and being nigga in the hey, whoa, big dog, chill out, my nigga. Like,
right.
You know, I always try and diffuse the situation as peaceful as possible.
Exactly.
But if it goes left after that, it'll just go left because, nigga, I got a mama. I got 2 sisters. Had 2 sisters. Rest in peace to one of them, my baby. I got fucking 6 daughters, bro. Like you have to protect women, my nigga.
Exactly.
Especially when you got unruly ass niggas like Buddy.
Exactly. They don't know each other from knowing each other.
And I know for a fact if I came into any room and there was a stranger punching the shit out of my mama, I'd pop his dog ass.
Hell yeah. Because the law states, if you see someone in a perilous state that are defenseless, you have the right to stop that. Yeah. No matter what type of force.
I got the official statement from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office.
All right, what are they saying?
Based upon continued review and in light of emerging evidence, today the Cook County State's Attorney's Office has moved to dismiss charges against Clarissa Hood and her 14-year-old son based upon the facts, evidence, and the law. We are unable to meet a burden of proof to prosecute these cases.
See?
Which is exactly what you were just saying in a summed up manner.
Yeah.
And now she's suing them for, I know wrongful arrest is one of them, but I got everything she's suing for. Clarissa Hood files a lawsuit against the city of Chicago and arresting officers citing false arrest, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and more. Free Woman is her legal team on the city of Chicago's neck. The mother is suing the city's arresting officers just one day after murder charges against her and her son were dropped. Hood alleges malicious prosecution, false arrest, and intentional infliction of emotional distress in her lawsuit filed in the Cook County Circuit Court. It's a quote from her. I've experienced pain in many ways that I would never have thought, she said, about her arrest. What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and then being arrested.
Right.
Hood's attorney, Ari Williams, told the reporters Monday that Miss Hood is and has always been a victim, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. We'll be more updates to follow.
Yeah, because when they initially came, they believed that Buddy was the victim.
Yep.
And so they took them in, rather than listening to the witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they should have just detained them first and then cross-examined.
See, that's probably what she'll get. Because we all know, like, if you, I call it a free body. If you catch a free body, you still gonna get detained, talked to, while they review the evidence, while they go through everything, but there won't be like a formal arrest.
Right.
You might be detained for quite a few hours.
Right.
While they figure this out. But once they gather the evidence and figure shit out, they go ahead and.
How long were they locked up?
She was out first, but they had the little boy for. Because she picked him up from jail.
Okay.
It was a few days.
I didn't know that.
It was a few. It happened. When did it happen? It happened.
With the 18th?
It happened on the 18th?
I believe so, around that time.
Okay, so this is the 29th. She just filed suit on like the 27th or the 28th. And that was the day after after the charges were dismissed.
Okay.
And I remember she had like a crazy bond and all that. I had all that ready to talk about, but then things changed before we recorded again.
Yeah.
But nah, man, like I said, man, Buddy, if I spin the being, bro, you in there punching on my motherfucking mom. If you watch the video, when he came into the building, to the store, and saw what was happening, bro, he was flabbergasted. Like he couldn't even barely get the pistol out of his little hoodie pocket. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he struggled a little bit, but then he got it.
He got that motherfucker out and he tore his ass up. And then, kudos to Buddy, to the little boy, because I don't know if you watched the whole video. The mom was so mad.
Oh, she wanted to.
She tried to get the gun from him to shoot the nigga again. And the little boy was like, no. And kept it from his mama and went back to the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
Because if she would have took that gun from him and shot him again, charges might have been different.
And they were trying to say, from what I, little sources that I was seeing it on, that they was trying to accuse her of wanting to go back and shoot the other people that was in there.
I mean, that's anger, but I understand.
I understand, too.
You just stood there and watched me get punched all on by this grown-ass man.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if that was true or not.
Yeah,
so
me
that's
either.
why I said this is what other people are saying.
But even if that is true, kudos to little Buddy.
For not letting her do it.
For keeping that gun out of his mama's hands. And, nigga, I hope he's okay. Because taking someone's life at the age of 14 is not...
No, he's about to go into high school with a body.
Yeah, they said, from what I understand, I think he's already in, or about to get into like some counseling for the situation, because
you would need to.
Yeah, because taking them off as much as everybody makes it seem like it's cool on these rap songs and shit, bro. Taking somebody's life is not.
And not even that. Seeing your mama go through something like that shit's traumatic, bro.
Seeing your mama get beat like that. Killing a motherfucker at 14, because like you said, at 14, bro, your shit's still developing. Yeah. Your whole shit is still developing. So
now you thinking I'm about to go out today and be a killer?
Yeah.
I'm not. We about to go get some burgers, chicken wings, and we going home and chill.
Yep. And now, even with that, I don't know if Buddy got friends and shit. If there's some fucked. If the 14-year-old got to. They should probably move.
Oh, they definitely need to move.
Especially if they win some money from that lawsuit, they need to get the fuck out of Chicago.
Yeah.
And move somewhere else where motherfuckers can have a clean slate. Because between the story following Lil Buddy and any backlash on like some street shit coming from it, he gonna have a rough little go of things.
Which he shouldn't, but you know how it is. Yeah,
because I mean, dude had people.
Of course.
And you know how niggas are. Right or wrong, I'm riding with my nigga. So, you know how that go. I just,
But they should have enough decency to say.
They should. They should.
You know
but we also ain't. We also dealing with the people who were friends with a nigga who clearly beat bitches up all the time.
Yeah.
So
that long rap sheet.
Yeah. So
felonies and batteries.
If I say yeah, so who? You know what I'm saying? What type of people is birds and feather kind of flock together?
Oh
like,
yeah. I just hope they ain't that ignorant.
I hope not either. I'm motherfucking fingers crossed.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, in summation, I hope the state has to pay her and that boy a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
And keep your motherfucking hands off of strangers, man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Hell yeah.
Keep your hands off of women, first and foremost.
And walk the fuck away.
Second of all, keep your hands off of strangers, period.
Period, point blank.
Especially a motherfucker that, I ain't never had no, like praise or nothing from motherfucker that fuck with people that they clearly know that they can whoop them.
Oh yeah.
Like, this ain't even just women, just anybody in general.
Not anybody.
If you bullying niggas and picking on niggas, you know you can beat up and all that shit. But I don't fucking, nigga, get your weak ass on.
That's the truth, though.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
That nigga, they been running rapid on that motherfucking, on the interwebs with the jokes. They said Buddy went in to get a burger, left out with wings.
Left out with wings. I seen it.
They kept pausing that motherfucker right where he said, "On my grandma." Motherfucker said, you going to see her, buddy.
Yeah.
Motherfucker said, now you up there trying to explain why you lied on your grandma's name because he said he was gonna knock her out.
One punch.
He
had to go back for 2 more.
Yeah. So,
shit.
Man.
That shit's crazy.
And also, fuck dude. I don't know if I threw that in there.
Yeah, you said it first.
Did I?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
It was like automatic.
All right. Well,
and it was understood.
Yeah, well, I'll throw it in there again. Fuck you, nigga. Jeremy Brown or whatever the fuck your name is.
Hell yeah.
And kudos to the young man for handling his business, man.
Hell yeah. Anything for your mama, your kids, whoever. You see somebody going through some shit like that.
Yeah, kudos. Shit, I think that's it on that one. Don't fucking touch people.
Yeah, well, sometimes you ain't even gotta touch them. They just gotta ride with you.
Yeah.
I got the Uber shooter.
Oh, yeah, run that off because I got a funny one for you after that.
All right, so a woman shoots and kills Uber driver mistakenly believing he's kidnapping her.
I seen that, and I figured you would have it, so I didn't write it down.
It says, Sunday night when a female passenger allegedly saw an unfamiliar street sign as they traveled and shot him dead in the mistaken belief he had kidnapped her. So her name is Phoebe Copas, 48 of Kentucky. She remains in jail in El Paso, Texas, after shooting Daniel Piedra Garcia, he's 52, or was 52, in the head, mistakenly believing she was being kidnapped and taken to Mexico. And this is according to what she told the police. She's charged with murder, of course. It said the shooting took place when the driver was driving her to the destination in far southeast El Paso. It says Copas was in El Paso visiting her boyfriend, which I don't understand. If you're visiting your dude, why ain't he coming to get you? But visiting her boyfriend.
That Uber.
Yeah. And when she saw a sign for Juarez, Mexico, believed she was being kidnapped and taken to Mexico. And she says at some point during the drive, it says, this is from the cop, I guess. It says at some point during the drive, Copas thought she was being taken into Mexico and shot Piedra. The investigation does not support that a kidnapping took place or that he was veering from Copas' destination. And this is said the police, El Paso police. They said alleged that Copas took a photo of Piedra after the shooting and texted it to her boyfriend.
Look what I just did.
Yeah, it says a GoFundMe says the victim, a father and husband, was shot June 16th, but had been hospitalized since then. His family disconnected life support 7 days later, so on the 23rd. It says more than $74,000 has been raised for his family, and he was working for Uber after he got pretty much laid off, and he felt like, he's a provider of his family.
He's just trying to make ends meet.
Yeah, he went out and got a new car after his surgery. You know what I'm saying? He lost his job, so he went and got a car.
And hit the road.
Hit the road just to make money for his family. And this motherfucker not paying attention. That's why I be talking about these motherfuckers now She's an older person, so this really don't make sense.
50 ball, because I'd expect that from when you started telling that story. I thought you were gonna say it was a younger person.
Yeah,
I ain't expect it was gonna be a motherfucker.
She's 48.
Yeah, as you said, 48 under 50.
What they on with your 48-year-old ass down in Mexico?
Yeah, they trafficking young women and children, not old wrinkled white women.
Not even for motherfucking kidneys or organs or anything like that. They don't want your old ass. You already ruined your shit. She went and shot this man in the head.
Yeah.
How do you do that? He's driving.
She said, "Fuck it." She popped that nigga and just waited till the car slowed down.
And took a picture.
And sent it to her man.
Look what I did. You
That's wild,
bitch.
Bro. That's wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
Rest in peace to him, but that's wild. I got a wild one for you. And it's from here.
Uh-oh.
An Indianapolis man robbed a woman.
Damn it.
You got it already?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've been waiting on it. I got this in my phone 3 different times. I've been waiting to talk about it.
I call it too pretty to rob.
Too pretty to rob. Indiana man robbed a woman while pointing a gun at her, asked her if she could add him on as a friend on Facebook. He went home, accepted her friend request, and DM'd her. "I'm going to pay you back. I know it's fucked up the way we met, but you too damn pretty to rob," he wrote. Amber Berman was returning home from work at 4 a.m. on May 8th in Indianapolis. She went inside to feed her pets and went outside briefly to get her mail, according to court documents. The woman was approached and robbed by Damian Boyce. She gave Boyce $100 in cash from tips she received at work. Boyce then asked her if she had a boyfriend, and while pointing the gun at Amber, he asked if she could add him as a friend on Facebook to pay her back the money he stole. A probable cause affidavit shows Amber and Boyce exchanged messages on Facebook. See, "Look, I'm going to pay you back. I know it's fucked up the way we met, but you was just too pretty to rob." Amber replied to his message, I believe you, man. I can tell you're sweet. Times just get rough. I know that." Boys continue sending the woman additional messages. "I feel like a total piece of shit. I swear I got you with your Cash App tag.
Wow.
For real, I'm shitty. We had to meet up on them terms. Come chill with me. I swear I'm not on that type of time," he wrote. Amber went to tell Boyce that she had a boyfriend and wished him the best. Indianapolis police later discovered the Facebook messages during the investigation, and Buddy has since been arrested. This nigga said, "Give me all your money." Oh, shit, bitch. Oh, look at you. He said, "Look at you in all your glory."
By pointing the gun at her.
He said, "But you still give me but he still took the money."
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
Just $100. He gonna cash out her back.
She
too pretty.
Oh my God.
That shit's hilarious.
That nigga. Listen, bro, I saw one of my Facebook friends make a stat about it. I said, "This cannot be real." So I went digging for the story. I said, "This is real."
That's where I found it. It popped up on my Facebook. I was like, "What the fuck?"
But like I didn't even like see the story on Facebook. Like one of my friends was like, "Yeah, right." Like they made a post, and so I had to go dig into it. I said, "This cannot be real."
It's very much real. That nigga tried to rob her. Well, he did rob her and try to get her to go out on a date.
That nigga said, "Come chill with me, man. I ain't really on that type of time. I don't be getting down like that."
I mean, that's just I don't know. He's down for that. He's real down.
That nigga said, "She too beautiful, man. I can't pass this up."
He had to go to jail for that shit,
yeah,
too.
I'm gonna give her my government name.
Yeah, and everything.
And my Facebook.
How old was he? He was 32?
I don't know. I deleted it by now.
Hold on. 31.
So yeah, he too old to be that stupid. But he put it together.
Off the southwest side.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that nigga.
That's fucking crazy.
Hey, man.
Kind of like, and I'm gonna get you, sucker, where Damon Wayans had the gun to I can't remember dude Jack Slade's girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's like, "Am I cuter than Jack?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Am I cuter than Jack?"
Hey man, that nigga said, bro, man, I kind of believe in love at first sight, man. That nigga said, I got to have this bitch here.
He got level 3 felony.
Yeah, you got the charges?
Yeah, level 3 felony, unlawful carrying of a handgun with prior conviction in the last 15 years is a level 5 felony. He charged with armed robbery and taking property by force. So he can either get the level 3 or the level 5. Who knows?
I still don't have no understanding of the level system. My last time I caught a case, it was still A, B, C, D misdemeanor, A, B, C felony. Like,
okay.
I'm assuming it's probably the same, theoretically the same. I just don't quite know the level shit yet.
Right. Hey, man, I don't know none of that shit.
You know, it used to be a misdemeanor and felony. It was A, B, C, D, and A was the worst. D was the least. It's like a say if we got like, cause like
that, like beating up a mailbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard about it before.
Yeah, it's a federal thing, but like when you like say you get a low felony, like I had a couple of D felony convictions that I worked out through my plea agreement through probation and things of that. When it was done, they dropped them to a misdemeanor to take the felony off my record. So the closer you got down to D, you could possibly get it pushed to a misdemeanor.
Right.
And like an A felony was like the first case I ever had A felony possession and intent to distribute cocaine.
Right.
And they was trying to give me like 25 on that motherfucker.
Ooh.
Yeah. And like a D misdemeanor, like the most you can get is like a year in jail.
Okay.
Like whatever it is you did, if it was a D felony, like you rest assured, the only thing they can give you is
the whole calendar.
Is which I'm sure that the levels is, but the A, B, C, D, it used to, every one carried a different, like a C might have carried 5 to 10.
I see what you're
saying.
saying.
B might have carried 10 to 20.
I see what you're saying.
A was like 25 to life type shit. Like, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, last time I caught that, I caught that little bullshit felony driving shits, but I got them shits dismissed. Thank God to COVID. Shout out to COVID. That motherfucker did one good thing for your boy. It gave me time to get that shit straightened out.
Hey, sit down.
It gave me time to get that shit straightened out.
Yeah. Boy.
It came through.
Hey, that's good though.
Yeah, no.
That's good.
Shout out to motherfucking COVID. Told you by the time that motherfucker, I told you, I think I talked about it on here. I settled that case and got locked up the same day for the same thing I said. Never say that.
Yeah.
Settled that case that morning and got locked up that afternoon for the same exact thing I had just settled. And so when I went back to court, the judge was like, "Hey, Mr. So-and-so, I thought we resolved this." The prosecutor said, "Oh, y'all did? This is a new one."
Damn.
He said, "What?" He said, "Oh, man." He said, "I don't even know what we about to do here. I had already paid my bond, so I was out." Nigga gave me a continuance.
All right.
He continued that shit. 7 days later, the world shut down. Them courts didn't open back up for almost 2 years. By the time them courts opened back up, my 10-year suspension, it ran its course.
Right.
I just had to pay some money and take my driver's test and do this, that, and the third. I ain't even to get no SR22. Shit, I paid for a whole year SR22 because I was trying to get a hardship license and couldn't get it done because of COVID.
Down, yeah.
But I paid for the whole year, so I had an SR22 for a whole year for no reason. And I paid for a full year. Like, because they gave me a rate. The insurance company was like, "Well, if you just pay for the whole year, we'll give it to you for this much." And it made a lot more sense than paying every But that's neither here nor there, man. I went back in the court when the court finally opened back up. That motherfucking judge said, "So what we about to do, man?" Because you can see like he still remember what was going on. And then my lawyer was like, "Shh, he got his shit back." He said, "Did you?" He said, "Yeah." I showed him, put that fuck up there. I had to go to, I had to go to some weird ass part of Indiana to take my driver's test.
Really?
I took my written on up here on 42nd.
Okay.
I
know they don't do driving.
They do driving.
They do?
Yeah, that's where my daughter got her shit at.
Okay.
They do driving, but they was booked out because of COVID. And I needed it by this day because I had court.
Mm-hmm.
I needed it within like a week and a half. And so they pulled up on the computer where I could take it. And they actually was far in the bitch. I had to go out there. I can't remember now. All I know, it was far enough. I had to show the lady I knew how to do a roundabout during my driver's test.
Damn.
That was part of it. I need to go over there. I need to make sure you know how to do a roundabout. I think she'd have passed me anyway. She was too busy talking about how nice my truck was. It was in the Infinity. She said, so whose truck is this? I said, she said, you can tell me if it's yours. I said, it's mine. I'm just trying to drive it legally.
Hey, that's crazy.
Then they tried to hire me to be security in that motherfucker, the DMV out there. That's Seattle. I told them the same thing I tell everybody else that tries to hire me to be security. I tell them, I don't care enough about none of y'all to secure any of y'all shit. Past being intimidating.
That's it.
Past being intimidating. Y'all aren't paying. Now, like some of these like celebrities and shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they pay a hefty enough amount of money for me to care about securing your shit. But your little couple dollars an hour, I don't care nothing about securing this facility or anybody in this motherfucker.
But the ones that do, they take that job to
I know.
Head.
I know they really do.
God.
Past being intimidating, bro, I ain't got nothing for y'all. Like, I can stand here and be big all day long.
Right.
I just don't care enough to get into a physical confrontation about y'all shit.
I feel you on that, man.
I just don't. They tried to hire me to be security at the Sunset one time.
No.
My other guy got security. Did I ever tell you the Sunset story? No. Since we just on the pod shooting the shit?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And after this, we'll take a break. This is hilarious. So we go to the Sunset, and have you ever been to Sunset? Mm-hmm. You know, they put your ID underneath
the little light thing or whatever.
So
make sure it's real.
Yeah, my ID kind of says, well, he just took my ID and did it, but my ID, I said my weight and my height and shit.
Yeah.
And so he kind of looked at it, then he looked at me. He handed me my ID, and he was like, when you step to the side for a second, I'm thinking he on bullshit. He yelled for his boss. His boss come out there, motherfucking go, oh, shit, big man. Hey, you interested in a job? I said, huh? He's like, you ever did security, man? Like I could pay you this much. He offers me the job right there, bro. Like 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday. Like, he's offering me the job.
They need somebody.
I said, nah, bro, I ain't really with all that, man. I'm just, I'm just here to have a good time. I don't want to do no security. He said, man, I respect that, man. Then he linked in and said, can you do me a favor, big man? I said, what's up? He said, can you not get on no bullshit tonight, man? We ain't got nobody to do nothing with
you. That's real.
I said,
that is real.
I said, bro, I ain't on no bullshit tonight. That
is real. We don't want to have to call the cops on you.
Yeah. I said, I ain't on nothing. I ain't on nothing crazy. And this was back like before I had my surgery and shit, when I was like yoked up and in real good shape, like in the gym, like constantly. I'm in the gym constantly now. This is back when you can see the results the right way. But before I had that last surgery, man. He said, man, you do me a favor, man, and not get on no bullshit, man. We ain't got nobody here for you. I said, well, I swear to you, I ain't on no bullshit, man.
Yeah, you gotta worry about other people being on
bullshit.
Yeah,
you ain't gotta worry about me, bro.
That's what it really be, though.
Yeah, I'm copacetic, my nigga.
It ain't the big nigga, it's the little nigga who gets his feelings hurt.
Yeah.
And he wants to act rowdy.
Yeah.
He just happens to be with some big niggas.
This is a fact. This is a fact. But that motherfucker came out that motherfucker. He said, man, let me talk to you, man. You want a job? And he offered me a cool little, I think if I didn't, how can I put it? If I was like a 9-to-5 Joe Smo.
Yeah. You probably would have took it.
I took it because the money you offered wasn't nothing to snub your nose at.
Yeah.
It just wasn't nothing that was going to do nothing for me at that point in time.
Understood.
But if I was like, $15, $16 at the warehouse or some shit, I'd have quit that shit in a heartbeat. He offered me $20+ an hour, and this was, you got to think, this was...
Like in early 2000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to think this was like... before I got shot.
What, 2010?
I got shot in 2010. So this is somewhere between 7 and 10.
Okay. 8,
9, early 10, somewhere.
Shit, $20 an hour was the shit back then.
Well, no, it would have been. It wouldn't even have been 10 because I was on house arrest when I got shot. Mm-hmm. So it might have been 7, 8.
But still.
Yeah. 20.
At that point in time, I was making what? 12, 13 an hour, and I was doing pretty good.
When I got shot, I was working at Fastenal making. I was working at Fastenal because I was on house arrest.
Right.
But, so, just to put it in retrospect, a year after what I'm talking about now, I was working at a place making $10 an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what Fastenal was paying.
Yeah.
They wouldn't hire me. They told me I was overqualified.
They
and
didn't.
I got a check in the mail for a lawsuit from discrimination.
Did you?
Hell yeah.
I got a check in the mail for a lawsuit from somebody for some shit like that one time too.
Because they, I don't got no felonies or nothing, so they wasn't trying to hire nobody without felonies.
They didn't want to hire me. I had to get a letter of recommendation from a motherfucker.
For real?
From my mentor, Mr. Reed.
Yeah, they took me. Cause they had me come up there like 2 different interviews.
Yeah, because I did 3 to get actually on.
3? Okay, I had to do 2, but after that second one, they were just like, "Well, you feel like you're overqualified." I'm like, "What the fuck is overqualified? Ain't that what you want?"
Yeah, I started at like $10 an hour at that in like 08 or 09, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't know. It was I started in 2010 because I had literally only been there for a week and a half when I got shot.
Okay.
I got 1 paycheck, and I got that paycheck in the hospital.
Wow.
That motherfucker ding ding went off in the hospital, nigga. Yeah, and they held my job till I got out, but I was driving a forklift at that motherfucking everything, bro. I think I barely cracked $15 an hour there after like, because I worked there the whole 3 years I was on house arrest. Damn. When I got off house arrest, boy, I got off that job.
Yeah, I was trying to get there toward like the end of 05. 05.
When that motherfuckers let me off, and I used to tell them every day, I don't need this raggedy ass job. I don't care nothing about this stinking ass money. I'm here because I'm on house arrest. Shit. And I need to work because Hancock County wasn't playing them games you could get off in Marion County. Mm-hmm. Marion County, they not double checking shit you doing.
Well, Marion County got too many residents.
Yeah.
Hancock County need that money.
Yeah.
They want that money.
Yeah.
That's the way they get over.
And they, I remember 3 different stints on probation in Marion County. When I sat down with like my probation officer, they asked me if I was still working at a job I had been at like 11 years prior. It's like, you still working there? I was like, yep. They was like, all right, cool, and kept it moving. Nigga, Hancock County was like, nigga,
they like unemployment. They gonna check.
Where you? I told you, bro. I used to come out. I used to get off the shift I was working. I got off at like 2 in the morning because I had to be. I got off at 3. I think initially when I started, I got off at 3 in the morning because I had to be home by 4. Nigga, your hour travel time. I had to be home by 4 in the morning. But there'd be times like I would come, Spongy, who we had on the show before. At the time, Spongy had my car. Because I was like, shit, bro, just take my car and you can use the car any day as much as you want. Just pick me up and drop me off where I need to go. Because they didn't know I had a car. So I didn't want it in my house. So they'd be asking, who the fuck car is this?
Right.
So I just let Sponge take it, just pick me up and drop me off. Nigga, it was on multiple occasions I came out of work at 3 in the morning and my house arrest officer was sitting in the parking lot to see if I was really at work. They was playing no games.
He's Hancock County.
Bruh. These fucking Fastenals on Guyot Road or the west side of Indianapolis. This nigga was coming from Hancock, from Greenfield.
They securing the bag.
And I told you, I walked over to that nigga window one night. Nigga tapped on his shit. He rolled the window down. I said, bro. I said, next time you're going to do some shit like this, man, let me know so I don't waste my money calling a ride. I said, I'm paying people gas money to take me and bring me to this motherfucker, man. You could have just took me home. He said, what? I said, you could have just took me home. You could have called me, said, hey, man, I'm in the parking lot. I'll take you home. I would have told him, don't worry about it. I'd have kept my gas money in my pocket. You could have took me to the house. I said, who else to make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be safely but you? He laughed, rolled his window up, and pulled off on me.
No.
Yeah, nigga, quit playing with me, man.
You want to see if he's really at work. That's crazy.
And then I think after a couple times of me like fucking with him like that, he stopped coming up there. Cause I used to, I ain't talking about that shit now. I said I had to be home at 4. So, you know what time the clubs close?
Yeah.
So I would request, I came in at like, we were like 12 or something there, or some shit like that.
Right.
So I would request a half a shift off at work. I go out to the car, at the Sponge to pick me up or whatever the case may be, change the clothes in the back seat. Nigga, I'd you know what I'm saying, do a little thought bath out in the parking lot with a bottle of water to rag, make sure I wasn't dusty.
At least you did it.
Yeah, make sure I wasn't dusty.
They just changed right into that shit.
I can't do that because, it's a warehouse, man.
Still, some people would just do it.
We both know a nigga that would just do that. But,
I wouldn't even think it like that, but yeah, we do.
Nigga, it's a picture right now. If you go on my Facebook.
Oh, shit.
It's a picture. If you go on my Facebook, nigga, it's a picture of me right now in the club with all the guys. I got on some black shorts, a white t-shirt, some jewelry, some white Air Force Ones, a big-ass black house arrest bracelet on. Yeah, I used to go there. I used to leave, go to the club, leave the club at 3, like you supposed to. Yeah. Nothing to eat, straight to the crib. And I had to call.
Because you had that hour window.
And I had to call them motherfuckers and tell them, I'm leaving here, going here. Man, come out the club loaded.
So your job didn't have to call them to inform them when you left? Or...
Nah. Now, my job wasn't on that shit. Okay. My job was player than a motherfucker. It
just seemed like that's what they would be on.
Yeah, my job was player in the bitch. That's what, man, it depended on who you dealt with in that motherfucker. But Fastenal was player in the motherfucker. I had a warrant one time. Right after house arrest was over, because right after house arrest was over, I kind of hung on for like 2 more months, just fucking around. Because, I just kind of got used to working there. And, well, let me not lie. After I got shot and shit, I kind of turned a new leaf. I quit hustling, and I was solely working. So I didn't quit immediately because I didn't know what I was going to do for.
Right.
But at that point in time, I was informed that, like I said, it didn't last long after I got off house arrest because I think this is like the end of 2011, and I got off house arrest mid 2011, something like that. I was informed that I had warrant for strangulation and some other shit. Some shit I had done that it came back to bite me. Some shit a few years ago, and the motherfucker done dug it out and decided to get on my ass.
Damn.
And I was informed by someone that was in a position where they could know this type of shit, so I was given a heads up on it. But then in the same breath, like a day later, my boss came to me and told me to take a few days off to take care of my business because they had reached out to the job to try and come pick me up.
From the job.
And he told him I wasn't there. He said, I told him you weren't here, so I want you to go ahead and clock out so I'm not a liar and take a few days off and handle your business. He said, how many days you need off? I said, give me a week. He said, you got it. I said, all right, bet. And I went and I turned myself in and
that's what's up.
Paid my bond and got released and went on back to work.
Huh. Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, John Kissel. That was my supervisor's name.
Them motherfuckers discriminated against me. But I ain't mad at it.
I mean, but all around the board though, fuck them. Because the reason that I ultimately quit is because they had me train the motherfucker that
it's gonna be above you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
That don't make any sense.
And I was doing
That's
this.
a big ass slap in the face.
Yeah, and this is why it was even a bigger slap because our lead quit abruptly, and I had been there for a few years, so I knew everything. And like, I don't like working, but if I'm gonna work, I'm gonna work.
Right.
I ain't no slacker. I ain't going, and I prefer to really work because it makes the time go by.
It does. You look up and it's time to go.
Yeah, sitting around doing nothing is the most boringest shit ever. Them 12 hours go by so fucking slow.
Bro.
Yeah, so I knew everything. So when he abruptly quit, I just kind of phased into his position. And I did his position for 6 months. I was the lead for 6 months. They brought another motherfucker in under the pretense that he was kind of taking my spot. And I was going to be getting... And then when it all boiled down, dude's name was Justin. When it all boiled down, they gave Justin the spot that I had been doing and told me go on back to what I was
not what I was doing prior to that. Yeah.
Man, look, listen. I told them, this is where things all went wrong. I said, man, all right, whatever y'all reasoning for that was, I respect it. I said, but I feel like y'all at least owe me a raise.
Right.
He told me basically go to hell on the raise. Nigga, I went to HR and I got a printout of what my exact job description was for my position that I was listed under. And I printed that motherfucker out and I taped it to a thing on my forklift. Nigga, and I was riding around and the motherfucker asked me to do some shit and I pulled him. Nope. Nope.
A bullshit.
Yeah,
a bullshit.
Nope.
A bullshit.
I remember, man, one time Justin came and asked me. He had asked. He didn't quite remember what I had showed him on some shit. But this is all after the whole thing had happened. And I said, Justin, man, respectfully, man, that's why they pay you the big bucks, bro. Because you're supposed to know these things. And he was like, damn, big man, I thought we was better than that. I said, we are. I was like, because you didn't know what was going on.
Right.
And I like you. I said, if when we clock out, if you want to go get a beer or something like that, man, I'm all with it. I said, but this, we not better than that. I said, you got to figure it out.
Hell yeah. You've been here 6 months on top of that.
I said, yeah, my days of helping anyone understand anything,
it's over.
They're done.
I already know how you feel.
Yeah, I quit right after that.
Hell yeah.
I took my last 2 checks and got back on and
that's how I did it horizontally.
Back to the blizzard, nigga. You understand me?
I feel you.
Back to the blizzard. And now it's time for a brizache.
Yes, it is.
My back hurt. Getting old, nigga.
Hell yeah. Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy.
Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy, bitch.
I'm impotent, bitch. Get away from me.
Bitch, get away from me. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hit him with the cutter.
Welcome back.
Coach.
We talked about the nigga here, right? Hey, y'all women got to stay off them. We got another finesse story. You got to stay off them sites.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia woman was finessed out of $450,000 after meeting a man on a dating site, Hinge, and he convinced her to put her money into cryptocurrency, but she didn't realize that it was a cryptocurrency that he had made up, and was like, you know, regular Ponzi scheme, like giving her big returns.
Yeah.
Initially, so she would invest more.
Yeah.
You know how it go.
I can't think of the name of that movie with John Leguizamo, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, I guess that's basically what Bernie Madoff did to everyone.
Yeah.
Just, you give me 10,000, I give you 20.
Right.
Then I convince you to put 15 or 20 of that back into it, and I do that 4 or 5 times until you get comfortable enough with me to give me $250,000, and then I run off with $250,000. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was doing that. I guess he had basically figured out a way to like falsify Coinbase, which is
the site that you transfer your money through.
Well, it's a site that you buy crypto on, but it's got like all the crypto.
Okay.
Like it's got like everything. Like that Coinbase is where I made all that money on. Remember when the Dogecoin thing happened?
Yeah.
I made a killing on Dogecoin. Dogecoin. You gotta think that when it happened, and it was quick, but when it happened, I think Dogecoin was like less than a cent a coin.
Yeah. When it first came out,
I spent $700-800 on them motherfuckers, and they went up to like 3-4 cents a coin.
Oh shit.
And you just got to think, like,
that's a lot of money.
But cleared it out. And I know a few of my homeboys that was like, no, I'm holding on. It's going to keep getting higher. I'm like, bro, it's not. It's going to, in like the stock market where they call it a bubble.
Yeah.
Because it's going to pop.
So you better get it while you
This shit's fake. And even with that happening, I pulled out kind of prematurely. It went up a little bit higher. And I know some niggas that made a lot more money than me.
Okay.
But then it popped, and I know a lot more niggas that lost. So I wasn't mad at mine.
That's when it was for you to take it out.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at what I did. I went a little early, but it was all good. But yeah, buddy, I don't have her name because they didn't give it to her. I got her picture. She's one of us. She got tricked at almost $500,000.
I cannot think of the name of that John Leguizamo movie. I cannot think of it. For dude finessed him out of all the millions.
Where he was the gangster?
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
It was a good movie.
That was a really good movie. We got to know the front of the name of that one. Because he was the dope boy. He had the navigator and the gold chain and shit.
Yep.
And
dude swindled him out of the millions.
Yeah, he got.
He was doing the same shit, except for it wasn't no cryptocurrency.
Yeah, you know, that's basically what was happening. Are you looking for the movie?
Yeah.
That's basically what happened to Stringer Bell on The Wire. You know, that's what a lot of them people do to you know, you the man in this business world, but you green in that world.
Yeah. Empire.
Empire. That was a really good movie.
Yeah. You
green in that world, bro, and like in that business world is cutthroat.
It's very cutthroat.
They just not cutthroat with violence.
No.
They cutthroat with
money.
Business and money. They will ruin
your
you,
ties.
Nigga.
They will blackball you.
Yeah, they will ruin you, nigga. And then they put it all under the umbrella of being a shrewd businessman.
Yep. Hey, everybody has to take their cut.
That's why I never felt, you know, I felt the way of like how Jay-Z handled business, bro. I never felt no way about that nigga. That nigga handled business. That nigga got higher and higher in them ranks and discovered how business is handled. And you can either cap off and just be Master P, and be stuck, still paid, but be stuck. You're not going no higher, or you can adapt and not be an asshole, but just handle business. Nigga, they made the term "it's business, not personal" for a reason.
Right. That's all it is business.
Yeah.
That's why people tend to forget. You know what I mean? When it comes down to business, you can't always get that hookup that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Because it is a business and it has to flourish. It has to keep going.
And another thing, and this is off topic, but this is just to consumers. If you've got a friend that has a business, the real flex is to not ask your friend for the hookup.
Yeah.
And to support his fucking business. If he's selling shirts and they $20 goddamn dollars, get that nigga $20 fucking dollars.
You don't mind running to Michael Kors, spending $1,400.
Gene Bob, Eugene, friend of the show, loved one, cuzzo. Them hoodies I love so much, they're $55. And I give that nigga $55. It don't matter how close we are. It don't matter how many of them I done bought. This is this nigga's business.
Right.
And if I'm going to support his business, I need to support the business. Now, in turn, because that's cuz and he fucks with me, he's giving me some free shirts and things of that nature. But it was never me asking him, hey, let me get the hookup. Right. It was just cuz giving me. He dropped off 4 or 5 shirts on my birthday one time. He didn't slid a hoodie or two my way. But that's never me asking for the hoodie. When I tell cuz, hey, I need that hoodie, and I need it red with the white letters, when he bring that motherfucker to me, nigga, I pay.
Right. As you should.
Nah, man, what you gonna give it to me for? Like, no.
Nah, none of that. None of that. You know, that's
pay your people.
That's the young people's mind of thinking, but after you pass your 30s, you gotta deal with it.
Pay them people.
You gotta deal with it.
Pay them people.
Well, you done with that one?
Yes.
'Cause I got one that's kind of interesting, man. I call it Melted Millions. A college janitor turned off a freezer in a lab to silence annoying alarms.
No.
But destroyed $1 million in scientific research in the process. It says a university janitor accidentally turned off a super cold laboratory freezer after repeated annoying alarms resulted in the destruction of $1 million worth of scientific research.
But the alarms have a purpose. To inform you that shit ain't right.
This happened at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. It's a private research university in Troy, New York. They're suing Diageo Cleaning Systems after one of his contracted workers wiped out over 20 years of research, which was filed in the Rensselaer County Superior Court. Joseph Harrington, an employee of Diageo, was contracted to clean at RIP's Cockwell building from August 2020 through November 2020, where a laboratory was located. So the professor of the university, Dr. K.V. Lakshmi, conducted high-level research inside the lab that had the potential to be groundbreaking and funded by the university. Thus, the laboratory contained a freezer which housed numerous cell cultures and samples that had to be stored at a temperature of a negative 112 degrees Fahrenheit. A fluctuation of just 3 degrees could cause catastrophic damage.
And it did.
So if the freezer temperature rose to 108 degrees, negative 108 degrees, or dropped to negative 115.6 degrees, an alarm would go off. So this is exactly what happened on September 14, 2020, when the alarm went off because the temperature had risen. But Professor Lakshmi determined that the research was still being harmed. She contacted the freezer manufacturer to schedule emergency services, but due to COVID-19 restrictions at the time, it couldn't be done until September of 2020. So as a result of the consistent alarm, and to prevent anyone from unplugging the freezer, a notice was placed on its door saying this freezer is beeping as it is under repair. Please do not remove or unplug it. No cleaning required in this area. So you had a whole section that you didn't even have to fuck with.
And nigga said, fuck all that. I cleaned everything.
It says you can press the alarm button, test mute button for 5 to 10 seconds if you would like to mute the sound. All right, cool. So, however, when Harrington was cleaning near a lab on September 17th, he heard the annoying alarms. Yeah, of course. And it says in an effort to be helpful, he ended up switching off the circuit breakers, which provides vital electricity to the freezer, believing that it was switching them back. What did it say? Hold on. Back on an in error in his reading of the panel. Oh, wow. So I can see a little bit how he got confused. He should have read that note.
He got switched. Okay.
He should have read that note. You know what I'm saying?
He did not.
He didn't.
You think something that important, though, somebody would like...
I think it would have been on a separate circuit breaker.
Well, even something like that important, I think like somebody should have, and still not taking no blame off him,
right.
But somebody should have like came and told him personally, hey, my nigga.
Yeah, this is how you control this.
And this is some important shit in here.
Yeah, you see any students over here, let them know that if they want to turn it off, this is how they do it. But it says, wow. So Professor Lakshmi's students found the freezer switched off the next day with the temperature having risen, and despite efforts to preserve the research, a majority of specimens were compromised, destroyed, and rendered unsalvageable, demolishing more than 20 years of research. It is believed that Harrington destroyed $1 million worth of scientific research, and RIP will be seeking as yet unspecified damages. Harrington maintains that he thought he was doing the right thing, according to his lawyer.
Yeah, I don't think he did nothing to malice, but you still did it.
Yeah, and then the Dago Cleaning Systems and lawyers for RIP did not immediately respond to insiders' requests for comment about this lawsuit. So I think the company has to pay, but then what do they do about it? Do they just fire him or what?
Probably. I don't think you could really like lock him up in no shit.
No, you can't lock him up. He didn't do it out of malice. You know, he just wanted that fucking alarm to shut the fuck up.
But you know, when you fumble like that, you run the risk of losing that job.
Yeah.
You run that risk. We've all seen the nigga fuck up driving the forklift and ruin a bunch of expensive shit. You know what's happening when you did that?
Boy.
This nigga done fucked up 20 years worth of research.
20 years.
Some odd $1 million worth of shit.
That they started in 2000. They started this shit in 2000. Or 2003.
Nah, important some of that shit was.
And what they had to go through to wait for that shit. They got to start all over.
Goddamn.
Could have been the cure for AIDS.
They already got that cure, brother. You ain't gonna... They just don't want to give it to us.
But they want to grow their natural ones. They want to grow the vegan version. Yeah, it's all plant materials.
All right. How bad have you ever wanted a day off of work?
I don't know. I just take them.
You ever wanted a day off so bad you called your friend to come rob your job to so you could take off?
Nah.
All right. Well, buddy did. So,
all right.
Gas station clerk arrested for allegedly asking a friend to find someone to rob the store so he could go home early.
Damn.
The investigation began when employee Isaiah Jones reported that a man walked into his store June 5th and handed him a note that read, "Give me all your money or I will shoot you." Jones complied and the suspect left with the cash. Investigators later identified Stephen Jones, no relation, as the suspect and arrested him. Stephen Jones confessed to the robbery, but he said his friend Leah Locke set up the crime because Isaiah Jones, who was a cashier, had asked her if someone could rob the store so he could leave early. Stephen Jones provided text messages that corroborated his story. Police arrested Isaiah Jones. Admitted to the asking. When he arrested, he admitted to asking Locke to find someone to rob the store because he was tired and wanted to go home.
Why didn't he just call off?
Isaiah Jones was charged with embezzlement and conspiracy to commit a felony. Stephen Jones was charged with conspiracy to commit embezzlement and possession of a firearm with the former conviction of a felony. Locke was arrested for outstanding warrants and could also face charges of embezzlement. Both men were released on bond.
That's crazy. Should just called in, my nigga.
Should just, yeah.
Now you lost your job.
You should have did
and you got jail time.
Should have did the age-old move, man. Like, if you got one of those jobs where you can't call in because they be really like playing bogus. I remember once upon a time, I had one of them jobs at the Points. But I got right in my car, went to work. A few minutes into being at work, I threw up on the floor.
Oh shit!
Blah. Oh my God, go home. Yep. No, you're not giving me no point. You're not giving me.
You told me to go home. I didn't ask to go home.
They don't give you a point when you tell them to go home.
Yeah.
I got a funny story with my daughter on some shit like that. So my daughter was, I don't know what my baby ate the night before. She woke me up about 5:30 in the morning. Dad, something's wrong. I threw up about 3 times. One of them she missed, so I had to clean up this fucking 16-year-old child's throw up because she was too sick to do it herself. So she scheduled to work the next day. So she calls her job. The boss was like, now she didn't throw up probably about anything, whatever. I think she had food poisoning because anything she ingested, it came back up. Water, crackers, anything, chicken noodle soup, anything I tried to give her, it came back up. I'm literally just giving her stuff so she's not throwing up bile at this point in time. So she on the phone with her job. The job is like, which I kind of understand, kids call in for bullshit. And, you know, her job, a lot of kid employees.
Okay.
So I say, the job's kind of like not believing her. They're talking about they need a doctor's note. I said, well, tell your manager to call me. So he calls me. I say, it's her dad, she's really sick, man, throwing up all over the place. He like, man, well, we need a doctor's note. I said, I don't have time in my day to take her to med check for what I know is either food poisoning or a stomach virus. You just got to ride that out.
Right.
And that's all they're going to tell her.
Right.
They're not going to give her nothing for. You just write it out. I've had this a couple times. We need a doctor's note, or blah, blah, blah. So what happens if she doesn't come in? Well, probably lose a job, I said, I'll tell you what, boss man. I said, I do not have time to take her to med check and sit there, or the ER and sit there. I said, but what I do have time for is to bring this sick child into, she works in like one of them bouncy house joints. I said, what I do have time for is to bring this sick child up there with all those children and let her throw up all over your shit. I said, as a matter of fact, we on the way because I'm sick of her throwing up on my shit. Here we come. He said, no. I said, no, you have a good day, sir. I took her right to that motherfucker. And like 4 doors down from her job, it's a taco spot I always go to if like she got to go to like a meeting or something like that. I dropped her right off. I went to the taco spot.
Oh, I thought you took her there to have something.
No. We didn't need that. She was gonna throw up.
Okay.
It was rough. It was a rough day. Nigga, I was eating my tacos. I get a call from her dad. They sent me home. I said, did you throw up? She said, yeah. Because when we pulled up, I said, you go over there, you throw right up on a child. Throw right up on a child. Pick a child, throw up on the top of his head. I said, sir. I said, no. We on the way. No need for a doctor's note, man.
Since you don't believe me.
I said, I tell you what, man. I said, that's what I told him. I said, well, I know what you don't need a doctor's note for is to send her home. So here we come. I said, he's like, no. I said, no, man. My day is already ruined enough, man. You go get some of this. Here I come. Here we come. I'm cleaning up. My daughter's 16. That is adult throw up.
Yeah.
She's not an adult, but that is adult throw up. That's adult
throw up. She's not eating little baby foods.
This ain't little cute spit up shit. This is it was crab legs and shit in that shit. Like it was rough. You understand me? You understand me?
That's funny though. But here we come.
Yeah. I'm en route. That's all I got for currents, brother.
Now we on the Florida, man.
You know what time it is.
How many you got?
Them Floridas?
Yeah.
I got 2.
I got 2. I'll start this one off. I got the dog face shooter.
What is it?
Dog face shooter.
Right. That's not one of mine, so there we go.
Florida man gets prison time after shooting his dog in the face.
Jesus Christ.
Jameer Lee Bright,
what the fuck 26,
has been sentenced to 18 months in prison after shooting a dog in the face. He's from Bunno, Florida. A Florida man was sentenced to prison time for shooting a dog in the face last year. He's sentenced 18 months, blah, 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 and plus an additional 42 months of probation. He is now on the Animal Abuse Registry and is required to have no contact with any animals. He has to complete a mental health evaluation and any recommended treatment. Plus, had to surrender his gun to Flagler County Sheriff's Office. He was arrested last year after he allegedly shot his young dog in the face. Deputies arrived at his house due to several 911 calls made by neighbors saying they heard dogs barking, crying, and a gunshot. Deputies noted that his mannerisms were concerning, as they noticed he was sweating excessively and had fresh blood smeared on his face. Deputies also noticed a small hole dug in the backyard, where they saw Lee Bright hosing down the lanai. And that's all they gave us. They didn't give us no others.
Okay.
So they didn't say why he shot the dog. I was wondering. I kind of wanted to know why he shot the damn dog.
He got sick of the dog. Okay. Florida man that was convicted of a double murder elbowed his attorney in the face hours before being sentenced to death.
I saw that.
Did you see?
I was
going to
get that, but I figured that you was gonna get it.
Did you see the video?
He was an older dude, right?
Older dude. Joseph Zeller, 61, who was convicted in the 1990 killing of an 11-year-old girl and her babysitter. I guess, they figured out he did it down the road. One of those situations where he got away with it for a long time and they caught his ass up. But he was convicted and he was sentenced to death. And in the sentencing, Buddy acted like he was cool, and he was cuffed like in the front, because he's going to court, and they got you hands to your feet,
right?
But you got a little wiggle room to get your water and shit. And right as he was doing that, the lawyer bent down to get something. My nigga threw a mean ass elbow and caught the shit out that lawyer. And they rushed him and put him down, and then the lawyer gathered himself and said, "Man, I've been hit harder by women, man." He fucked with dude, but yeah, man, buddy threw the bow, man. And he gonna tell that story to the day they put that needle in his arm.
I elbowed my fucking lawyer.
Yeah, elbowed my fucking lawyer, man. Jimmy railroaded me. No, bitch, you killed an 11-year-old and their babysitter. You deserve everything you're going to get and more.
That's crazy. Well, I got the next one. I call it Finish Him.
Okay.
Florida man arrested after he allegedly fatally punched a 62-year-old man at a convenience store.
God damn it.
This happened.
This ain't the first time we been talking about some shit like this.
That's what Buddy thought he was going to do earlier, but he didn't do it.
Nah. He went to the upper room.
The upper room.
Up a bust up in the motherfucker and yell the upper room.
Seminole County, Florida. A Florida man is behind bars after he allegedly fatally punched an elderly man at a Seminole County convenience store last month. It says on May 1st, Brian Darnold, 29, allegedly got into it with 62-year-old Amir Ariafar. So he's one of those overseas guys who was on his bike outside the convenience store. It's reported that Darnold threw one punch, striking Ariafar, most likely in the head. The victim then fell to the ground, striking his head on the pavement. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. A male got out of his car and punched this other male on the ground. That's the 911 caller. It says the caller added that the two men were arguing back and forth. It said the surveillance footage showed no attempt to render aid was made. Based on the footage, authorities said they were able to find Darnold. Darnold said he and the man exchanged some tense words, and we saw the 62-year-old coming toward their car driving away. Donald's first instinct was to jump out and defend us. I don't know who the fuck is talking. It doesn't say. It doesn't say who's talking. It said Donald told officials that he only swung when Ariafar did. So I guess the 62-year-old tried to punch him first. And he said, but they say the investigators say they did not see the old man swing. Darnold told the investigator it must have been bad for officials to track him down. And when Darnold was told that the man was knocked out, he replied, "At least he's still alive."
And he is not.
He was knocked out from the punch. The guy punched him, a 911 caller. They got this story all over the place. He died, Ariafar died 2 days later after the argument.
From injuries.
Yeah, it says the medical examiner said he died from traumatic brain injury. When authorities asked Darnold if he wanted to add anything, he said, "I probably should have stayed in the car and none of this would have happened." So Darnold is now facing a manslaughter charge.
He'll get a good 7 to 15.
Hey, like you said, he should have just stayed in the car.
Yep.
Should have just stayed on in the car.
Is that it for that one?
Yeah, that's it.
I call this one you three big dummies.
All right.
Three arrested in Florida for armed robbery after sharing a video of them doing the robbery on social media.
Here we go again.
Yep. According to the arrest reports, the victim was asked Sunday to go to the beach with his friends. Audio only people, air quotes are happening. Go to the beach with his friends. When he got into the car, Kenya Burgos, 21, was sitting behind him. In a video streamed live on social media. They was live. Burgos is allegedly seen pointing a gun at the victim's head while Jaden Sanders, 18, holds a rifle at him. Burgos then demands the victim for his belongings. The victim surrenders his sneakers, gold chain, camera, and iPhone. After the suspect challenged him to a fight, they returned the victim's belongings except his chain.
Damn.
The victims reported the incident the next day. Tyler Graham, 18, was arrested Monday. All three suspects were charged in armed robbery and are being held with no bond.
That's what they get.
I seen a video. First of all, it's a white girl with two niggas.
Huh.
And she's like, "I should blow your shit, nigga. Like I should blow your shit. Like, must be like somebody that's dead. Like, say this is so and so's world. Like, you know what they were saying, like dead nigga shit.
Yeah.
He like, this is so and so's world. Like, I should blow your shit. Now I should blow your shit. And the other nigga's driving. The other nigga in the back seat with like an AK, and he got it on him too.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Like you see in the top corner of the picture, that's the pistol is her. So that's how she got the gun to that boy's head.
Damn.
Yeah. But they streamed. They went live.
Yeah, it's stupid. They want the clout that bad. They went viral, all right.
Yeah.
Virally to jail.
Virally to jail. You're not even gonna goddamn get a chance to
enjoy that. Hey, they I don't know. That's just sad. That's sad.
Yeah.
Fucking kids. Just go on, just put yourself in the prison system and become a number.
Yeah, I called that one 3 damn dummies, and the first one was throw them bows. Is that, you got another Florida man? That was it for Florida man?
Yeah.
We're going to take us another Brizzy.
Alrighty.
It's break time. Break. All right. We back in this thing. Melanated.
Yes, sir. I got one.
I got 2. I got one on the possible.
All right.
We kick it off.
I go after you.
Shout out to Mr. Tyler Perry.
Well, he done did.
He is now the official owner of BET and VH1.
And VH1?
He bought both channels for a whopping $400 million.
That's not bad.
And this here award show that we were watching is the first one put on under the Tyler Perry reign.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up.
So yeah, man. Because remember we talked about it a few months back. Him and what's his name, Byron Scott.
Byron Scott.
The one that owns all the other channels, the regular TV channels. Yeah. They were in a bidding war.
Oh, he outbid it at Byron. Oh shit.
Tyler Perry won, and he acquired BET and VH1.
Well, that's cool.
For a whopping $400 million. 400 million.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, this one's a little different.
Okay.
I got remember we called it melanated. So, Toronto elects Olivia Chow as first Chinese Canadian mayor.
Okay.
It says, hold on. June 26, Olivia became the first Chinese Canadian to be elected as mayor of Toronto, Canada's biggest city, on Monday, pledging to support renters, champion social causes, and reduce the sweeping powers of her office. She says, I would dedicate myself to work tirelessly in building a city that is more caring, affordable, and safe, where everything belongs. She secured 37.2% vote, according to the preliminary results, ahead of her nearest rival, Anna Barlow, former deputy mayor. Chow, 66, will be the first woman to serve as a mayor since Barbara Hall in 1997. She previously ran for mayor in 2014 when she came in third. She was born in Hong Kong. She migrated to Canada at the age of 13 and graduated from the University of Guelph with a degree in fine art. Chow takes over as mayor after the resignation of John Tory, conservative-leaning mayor who won his third election last October. The married Tory left office in February after acknowledging he had an affair with a staff member.
Uh-oh. A little fucking.
Yeah. It says, Chow will lead Canada's financial capital at a time of rising housing costs and an increase in violent attacks on public transit that have led to calls for more action by police.
Okay. So
that is Olivia Chow.
All right, Miss Olivia Chow. I said one in the possible, but it's a magnificent gesture from a melanated woman.
Okay.
Miss Nicki Minaj has offered to pay for the young man we were talking about earlier who shot and killed Buddy defending his mother. Offered to pay for his college.
Dope.
And anything else that he needed in relation to recovery from the.
That's cool, and I'm motherfucking man.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody's stepping up for that.
Yeah, Miss Nicki Minaj jabbed the official. What she said before they put it all together. This is from Nicki Minaj's Instagram. That 14-year-old boy that backed that hammer out when that grown ass man was punching his mother in the face as if she were a man is a true hero. If he wants to go to college, I'd love to help. It's what any son should do for their mother.
Yeah.
She raised a dope kid and should be so proud. Also, God knew before she knew that she'd be attacked that day and made sure they had protection on deck. God is good. And it's just more stuff to follow, saying, they got with the family and she was going
to
do it. She's gonna take care of things on her end.
That's what's up.
So, shout out to.
That's a big shout out. Shit.
Yeah, shout out to Nicki Minaj. So I had to rethink when I said the possible. That's not impossible. She did exactly what she's supposed to do. Hell, there should be more people that's ready to.
Hell yeah, help out like that in any type of situations.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's it for melanated.
Yes, it is.
You know what time it is.
It's time for them weekly fecals, them stanky motherfuckers.
I got an abundance of fecals.
I only got 2.
I got 5.
Oh, go ahead.
I got one. I'm gonna save it for last.
All right.
I got one that's.
Mine ain't that bad this week.
I got one that's really bad. Let's start light. South Carolina man. It's not light, but South Carolina man gets life sentence for killing a mail carrier who refused to deliver a marijuana package.
I heard about that.
Trevor Seward, 25, was found guilty of the murder of a federal employee in the course of duties in September 2019, shooting a 64-year-old Irene Presley as she delivered mail. A note was reportedly left on his mailbox requiring him to go to the South Carolina post office to pick up his package. After finding the note in his mailbox instead of his 2-pound package of marijuana from Carolina he was expecting, Seward confronted Presley a few minutes later demanding his package. The U.S. Postal Service mail carrier refused. Seward then allegedly got a semi-automatic rifle and waited for Presley to come down the street, firing about 20 times.
Damn.
Into the back of her mail truck. Several bullets hit Presley. Seward then drove the mail truck into a ditch and searched through. Wow. He then drove the mail truck into a ditch and searched through it to try and find his marijuana and anything else valuable, and then left Presley's body in her truck. The marijuana package was later found on the street where Presley was killed. The co-defendant who helped Seward look for the mail carrier was sentenced to 25 years in prison also.
Damn.
So the nigga confronted her. She wouldn't give him the package. He waited on her to get back into her car and pull off. He let go 20 times into the motherfucker. When he hit her, he went and got into the mail truck, drove it down into a ditch, and searched it to find what all he could find.
Over 2 pounds of weed.
Over 2 pounds of weed. He got life, and his nigga that helped him look through the motherfucker got 25.
Well, his boots are smoked down, huh?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Smoked up.
That's fucked up.
Go ahead. I can hear you, but I gotta get something off the porch.
Oh.
I'm not stopping recording.
Oh, okay. This is the dash moment. Oh, shit. Oh, something different today.
Yeah, man.
Got your good old chili.
I feel like they fucked me over.
Alright, so I got the hack / stranger. It said this is stranger / his woman in the face on Manhattan Street. So this happened in New York, of course.
Okay.
So, of course, there was a video, but they're not going to have too much. This is, like I said, a lightweight one. It says, police released images Tuesday of a suspect in the random slashing of a woman on Harlem Street last week.
Jesus Christ.
The 40-year-old victim was standing at 5th Avenue and West 127th Street at 8 p.m. last Thursday when she was attacked by a man in a Playboy hoodie and a Yankees cap. The attacker brandished a cutting instrument and slashed her in the face before fleeing the area. The victim was treated at the scene by the EMS. She and her attacker don't know each other, and there was no probable cause of why he attacked her. And if anyone has any information, Crime Stoppers wants you to call them.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, mine are light, bro.
So don't worry, I got us covered. I got us covered. Ohio mom who left for an 8-day vacation without infant daughter charged with murder.
8 days.
8 days
Without the infant.
Left her at home
I'm
by
making
herself.
sure I heard you correctly.
An Ohio mother who has been charged with murder in the death of her 16-month-old daughter after reportedly leaving the infant home for over a week while she went on vacation without her. Cops say Crystal Candelario, 31, admitted to leaving the little girl, Jalen, at their Cleveland home alone for 8 days, all alone and unattended.
Damn.
The girl's playpen had soiled blankets
Of course.
and a bottom liner covered in everything, saturated with urine and feces and food. Crystal traveled without the child on a vacation to Puerto Rico and Detroit, and the child was left unattended to starve to death and piss and shit all over herself until she died in her playpen.
Damn.
She has been charged with murder and she's being held without bond.
How the fuck do you do that?
I don't know.
That's fucking sick.
I don't know.
This one's a little bit sicker than that. It ain't that bad, but damn, it's bad. I call it puke eater. Brownsburg teacher's license revoked after video shows she forced 7-year-old special needs student to eat his own vomit.
Oh my God.
And this was sent to me by my cousin, Glenn. You know, he's a listener of the show and all that, so right on, Glenn. This happened in Brownsburg, Indiana. One of 2 licensed teachers, police say, were involved in forcing a 7-year-old special needs student in Brownsburg to eat his own vomit, has voluntarily revoked her Indiana teaching license. Sarah Seymour, 27-year-old former life skills teacher at Brown Elementary in Hendricks County, was previously terminated at a Brownsburg Community School Corporation meeting in May. Seymour and 4 other educators working at the Brownsburg Elementary School were criminally charged in April after investigators say they told a 7-year-old student to eat his own vomit and failed to report the incident. All 5 educators listed by Hendricks County prosecutors in the criminal case stemming from the incident have since resigned or been terminated by the school corporation. However, only 2 of the people charged criminally were licensed teachers in Indiana, Seymour and Julie Taylor. While Seymour is the one who police say told the 7-year-old life skills student that he would have to eat whatever he threw up, Taylor is the one investigators said gave the child a tray to throw up on and eat off of. Because now the Indiana Department of Education has confirmed that Seymour has voluntarily revoked her state teaching license, but that Taylor has not. And on Monday, the IDOE confirmed that Indiana Secretary of Education, Dr. Katie Jenner, has accepted the surrender of Seymour's license. That acceptance, which was filed on June 6th, can be read here. For they had their little hyperlink. While Seymour no longer has a teaching license in the state, how it says as Taylor still does. However, officials are in the process of getting hers revoked too. And that's all I got.
Okay. I got another one for us, bro. Which one I just do? The mom that left the toddler?
Yep.
And then I did the man that killed the mailman.
Yeah, you did the mailman. Those are the only two you did. I just got.
Okay, I just got one that has to be saved for last. He's a terrible fucker.
Okay.
My man. Texas man arrested for allegedly cutting paws and legs off multiple puppies. My nigga just decided to start cutting legs and paws off puppies.
Did he at least eat them?
No. Justin Belton, 44, was arrested and charged with 4 counts of cruelty to non-livestock animals, and documented state that Belton intentionally cut off paws and legs of at least 4 different puppies with a sharp object for no apparent reason.
Nasty.
He's locked up, and his bond is $480,000.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, that's the reason I asked was he eating them, because that's a delicacy over overseas.
He might have been selling them. Was you done?
Oh, I only had 2.
Okay, well, I got this other one. This one's light too, but it's not light. It's all murder, so it's not light. It's just his last one's so bad that everything seems light. Alabama man was sentenced to life after killing a man. Sentenced to life for killing a man after his drug dealer offered him $300 to do so.
Damn.
Prosecutors said Dion McCants was trying to buy drugs when his drug dealer offered him $300 to kill the man across the street.
Damn.
2 minutes later, surveillance video showed McCants going across the street and shooting and killing the man outside of a hair salon.
He went on through with it.
He has since been convicted of murder, discharging a gun into an occupied building, and discharging the gun into an occupied vehicle. He is set to serve life for murder and 20 years each on both discharge and gun charges.
Damn.
The sentences will run concurrent. So he got life and 2 separate 20-year convictions.
Shitty.
For $300. For $300.
What the other dude get life for? Oh, 2 pounds of weed.
Yeah, 2 pounds.
At least it was worth more than $300.
It was worth more than $300.
Yeah, I mean that ain't no better. But
right.
I'm just saying, man.
You ready for this one? This is how we're gonna end the show.
All right. What's it called?
It's called The Nastiest Fucker in Existence.
Okay.
Jury sentenced sex offender David Wilson to life in prison hours after they convicted him of child sex assault.
Oh, shit.
Wilson, a previous sex offender, was accused of molesting 2 young girls, and he served like 8 years on that shit. Wilson was found guilty in sexual assault of a child in 2005 and sentenced to 4 years in prison. 6 years later, Wilson is being found guilty. He found guilty again of some other shit, and now he owns some other shit. All right, boom. This is what he just got sentenced to life because Wilson was charged with super aggravated sexual assault of a child. The enhanced charge is because of the age of the victim. She was only 23 months old at the time.
What? Damn.
We have also been told that the child was Wilson's niece. A court document states the assault occurred last year. The toddler's parents are said to have lived out of state and had drug problems and sent their daughter to live with the family in Houston. The child is the daughter of Wilson's sister.
His own niece.
Last November, the toddler was taken to the doctor. The 23-month-old toddler was taken to the doctor where she was diagnosed with HIV, genital herpes, and chlamydia. Reconstructive surgery was performed because of an infection to her private parts. A doctor told investigators that she had been severely sexually abused and sexually transmitted diseases had fucked up so much shit that she had to have reconstructive surgery of her 23-month-old vagina. 4 people in the home with the child. There's 4 people in the home where the child lived that were tested. Only 1 tested positive for HIV. It was David R. Wilson. It is unclear why Wilson was arrested. Later, He's also found that he raped and infected a 14-year-old girl that lived down the street with HIV.
Damn.
Yeah. And she's pregnant. 14-year-old girl spoke to the Children's Assessment Center, telling the caseworker that she had been having sex with the man for 2 years. She identified the man as David R. Wilson and said she was pregnant. An exam of the girl showed that she was HIV positive, also had herpes and chlamydia, and was pregnant.
Damn. Damn.
And they just found my man. I didn't mean to say that. They just found that horrible nigga guilty of a bunch of shit, and he got life in prison for doing that to them two people.
He need the gas chamber.
He needs to be put under the fucking jail.
He needs the gas chamber. They need to take him to Europe and throw him in the ocean and feed him to the orcas. That shit's horrible, man. They need to inject him with every STD.
Yeah.
And let him just live there.
Let him just live out in the sun. Yeah, and just die.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible. 23-month-old baby.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. What's wrong with people? How are you that sick? Ugh.
Yeah.
That's hard to stomach right there.
I told you it was rough. I told you it was rough.
Yeah, I couldn't have been in the courtroom with him.
No. Yeah, I told you it was rough, bro.
Nah, that's real rough. That's
I told you it was a nasty one.
Yeah, that's motherfucker
HIV,
sick. Herpes, chlamydia.
And chlamydia. 23-year-old baby.
23-month-year-old.
23-month-old baby.
Then how old was the?
14.
And he was with her for 2 years?
Fucked her since she was 12.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. And she got all that shit too.
And she pregnant. With his demon spawn.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
That's a terrible note to end the show on, but
it did.
But that's when I got that story. I said, "Oh my god!"
You know the name of this one is?
What is it?
We on our way.
Fucks with it.
I was gonna be came in for burgers, left with wings, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that be. We're gonna leave that be.
Since we started out with that one.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it be.
We on our way.
All right. We appreciate y'all.
Hell yeah.
Joining us
another week with us. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell a friend.
Everything he just said, I won't say it again.
And yeah. We'll be back next week.
Peace.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, motherfucker. Motherfucker.